The sun was sinking. Red and gold shot through the waves where Rhoda had disappeared in rapid running arrows, feathered with darkness. Erratically, rays of light flashed and wandered. A breeze rose. The evening sun, whose heat had gone out of it and whose burning spot of intensity had been diffused, made the chairs and tables mellower and inlaid them with lozenges of brown and yellow. Lined with shadows, their weight seemed more ponderous. Here lay knife, fork, and glass, but lengthened, swollen, and made portentous. Meanwhile, the shadows lengthened on the beach. The blackness deepened.
Hampton Court! Between those trees, Hampton Court, see?
Are we not in Elfton?
No, near Hampton Court. To think, we never saw it before now.
Oh, yes.
Fancy that.
Hampton Court. Gosh, I sound middle-aged. We've come together. Here, of all places.
Now, sitting side by side at this narrow table, what do we feel? Honestly now, openly and directly, as befits old friends meeting with difficulty. What do you feel on meeting? Sorrow? Being now all of us middle-aged, loads are on us. Let us put down our loads. What have you made of life? Bernard, Susan Ginny, Louis.
You have had too much wine, Neville.
No, there is always somebody when we come together, and the edges of meeting are still sharp, who refuses to be submerged. Poor Rhoda. For me, it is Susan.
Me?
Yes, I talk to impress you.
Why me? Why not Ginny? Look, Neville, at my hand on the table. Look at the gradations of healthy colour here on the knuckles, here on the palm. My body has been used daily, rightly, like a tool by a good workman, all over.
But this is what I mean. There are no repetitions for me. Each day is dangerous. Smooth on the surface. We're all bone beneath like snakes coiling.
But I too have seen life in blocks, substantial, huge. I am not sinuous or suave. I sit among you, abrading your softness of my hardness. But no matter, we have clashed antlers. This is the necessary prelude, the salute of old friends.
We use our friends to measure our own stature.
Is it not strange how we all talk about the same things?
Change is no longer possible. We are committed.
The gold has faded between the trees.
It was different once. Once we could break through the current as we chose. How many telephone calls, how many postcards are needed now to cut this hole through which we come together, united at Hampton Court? Now, I shall never take ship for the South Sea Islands. I have sons and daughters. I am wedged into my place in the puzzle. I do not cling to life.
It breaks. That's the thread I try to spin. Your laughter breaks it, your indifference, also your beauty. Ginny broke the thread when she kissed me in the garden years ago. The boasting boys mocked me at school for my Australian accent and broke it. This moment of reconciliation, when we met together united, this evening moment with its wine and shaking leaves, is to me black with shadows.
I see. I think you all think too much. I like what one touches, what one tastes. But then I must be more rash and more courageous than you are. I do not temper my beauty with meanness, lest it should scorch me. But I am not afraid. I am never alone. I am attended by a regiment of my fellows. Men, how many have broken from the wall and come to me? And I am not embarrassed. I have only to hold my hand up. I have sat before a looking glass as you sit writing, adding up figures at death. I have run violently like a whip flung out to the extreme end of my tether.
But now you turn grey, like us all. Now you turn gaunt.
I am not afraid. Here we sit at Hampton Court. This is the circumference that I try to grasp as we sit together.
Are we not here, among the waves?
Both. There is the court. We are here, away from it. We are landed. We are on shore. We are sitting, 6 of us, at a table. Drop upon drop, silence falls. But it does not matter. What matters? We have dined well. The fish, the veal cutlets, the wine have blunted the sharp tooth of egotism. We've well established that Louis does not care what people think. Neville's torches are at rest. Susan hears the breathing of all her children safe asleep, and Rhoda has sailed away.
Our separate drops are dissolved. We are extinct, lost in the abysses of time, in the darkness.
Now the meal is finished. We are surrounded by peelings and breadcrumbs.
Who comes?
It is time.
Like conspirators, we have something to whisper.
It is time.
The iron gates have rolled back. Time's fangs have ceased their devouring. We have triumphed over the abysses of space. With rouge, with powder, with flimsy pocket handkerchief.
I grasp, I hold fast. I hold firmly to this hand, anyone's, with love, with hatred. It does not matter which.
The flower, the red carnation that stood in the vase on the table of the restaurant when we dined together with Percival, has become a 6-sided flower, made of 6 lives.
Built up with much pain, many strokes.
Marriage, death, travel, town and country, children and all that. A many-sided substance cut out of this dark and many-faceted flower. Let us stop for a moment. Let us behold what we have made. Let it blaze against the yew trees. One life. There. It is over. Gone out.
I see someone over there. A long-faced woman with sullen eyes and brown hair. Here is an old, sea-green woman quietly returning. Something flickers and dances. The illusion breaks. Evening opens her eyes. She is not Lavinia or Penelope. She waits beyond the horizon for us. For one of us. She who created us.